Good day, podcast community. I'm Podcast Pete Kane, and I'm founder of Podcast Academy, our podcaster KP ecosystem, and helping you to activate the magic in you. So, I'm going to give you 5 steps. So, I want you to think of activating the magic in you. Anything is possible. And the 5 steps to a 10x life. Now, recognizing the 5 megatrends is so important. And the 5 megatrends are this: digital trend, revolution, create digital assets; entrepreneurial revolution, we're global now, so creating content for a global audience. 3 is we're now in a crypto revolution. So with Bitcoin, only 21 million coins out there, it creates a currency that is digital and can be used across the world and can't be manipulated. You can't print more like we always do, which can create inflation and loses your buying power. 4 is the AI transformation, technology. It's changing everything. Got to know how you can apply it to your business. And the last one is the mobile revolution. This mobile, we have a phone right here. Everybody's got a supercomputer in their hand. When you look at the magnitude of that across the world, you can see why we're in that entrepreneurial revolution. It's never been easier to be a part of the entrepreneurial revolution. We are now in the most explosive, fun growth times of you and I lifetime, no matter how old you are. If you're 25, certainly. If you're 67 like myself, yes. Okay, so let's talk about these. So then I'm going to give you 5 steps. Commit to personal development. You have to be aware of growing every single day. You have to be intentional. You have to have a plan. You have to have a personal development plan. The best one out there is Growth Day. And you're seeing right now Growth Day 3.0. There's 500,000 people currently, 90 plus countries, led by Brendon Burchard, the founder. He speaks to us, you and I, and anybody in Growth Day every single day. This daily fire is unique. It's a framework. It's his 20 years of coaching, motivating, and building businesses that he puts in your ear every single day. You have now what they call growth streaks, because you got to have a streak of growth, and you have a simple, effective way to do it within Growth Day. You go up here, you have journaling capabilities, you have tasks, you have community, you have life scores, you have connections, notes. It's Dinah. Here's this right here. The middle was his New Year's activation. He spent 2 hours with us, helping us to craft our development for the new year. You have Winning the Year, Mel Robbins, right here. You have How to Use It. And when you go down, let me see if I can go down. Yes, I can. You can go into right here. This is the learn part. So they're just switching it over. Okay, here's your journaling. Morning mindset, evening mindset, growth prompts, weekly review, monthly review. Community. This is the community. This is the community feed. You can chat. You can do meetups. Life score. Here's the life scores of myself. So I can score myself on a daily basis. And here's checklists. These checklists, if I went to this one, you'll see my checklist. Try again. This is just switching over. So bear with the change. Let me see if I can get it back. Yeah, here we go. So I would put my task right here. So I would put, and then I can add to them. I can carry them over, everything in one place. Notes. You want to write notes on Mel Robbins winning the year. Here's some of my notes. Here's on Motivation Manifesto, the advanced course. This is my notes on it. So you have it all in one place. Here's the Daily Fire. This is on the 5 great openings, the 5 C's. So you get that. And each day you get scored right here. This is the first, this was yesterday. So you have streaks. And the idea is growth streaks. You grow each day. You make personal development intentional part of your life. Let me go back to our area. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me go back into here, personal development. And then the last thing right here is lean into failure. Because we are so blessed in America and around in other places, I'm not saying only, but we have a lot of conveniences. We have too many in a lot of cases. So we're used to not being uncomfortable because everything is right at our fingertips. But trauma creates growth. I grew up dyslexic, ADD, weird combination. Brain thinks differently. 20% of the population have dyslexia. When I was diagnosed back at 19 years old, nobody knew what the heck to do with it. So you had to figure it out. I didn't figure it out until about 2 years ago. Now it's my superpower. ADD is just an active brain. I have not had a pill, Adderall pill, since February 17th, almost 3 years ago. Be 3 years, I will be completely drug-free. And I tell you, when I woke up in the morning at 5 in the morning, I took my first pill. That was the first thing I did. And I realized I was hooked. Now, that's a whole story for another day. But the point is that when you have this dyslexia and ADD, it presents certain challenges. Until technology caught up with me, where I could talk and I wouldn't have to misspell every other word. Now I can use voice to text to drive me faster. And I am fast at doing things because I use the voice to text feature. Back 8 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that, I was part of Shank School, which if you're in Atlanta, you probably know about it, or you may not know about it, but if you're dyslexic, you will. And I was part of a grant, a study of adults with dyslexia. Holy mackerel. There's different forms of it. And it broke my heart when she told me that there's going to be different types of people in this group. And you're going to see the different levels of dyslexia. And some people operating as an adult, not able to read. If you can imagine yourself not being able to read, which I was a slow reader. I was always in the remedial reading kind of category. Flunked English in high school. Didn't graduate with my class. 2 failed attempts at Virginia Tech. Miserable. I got out before they kicked me out. So academics was never my thing. So I depended on other skills, building relationships. And that has served me well. Personal development, not degrees. I never had a degree in anything. Never graduated with a degree in 8th grade that was because I transferred in the middle. I don't even think they had it back then. But I have 0 degrees. 0. Except one time. I got my personal degree. After my stroke, a year after, they asked me if I wanted to be part of a study of the left side of the brain. I lost my whole left side. So it might have been the right side. I don't know which one. Yeah, my friend Richie, Dr. Richie Zane, he had the other side. So we were kidding about that I had the right side of the brain to get this study. And so you would go in and you would be in a MRI kind of tube, whatever those, and you had to have your eyes open for I think 45 of the 60 minutes. Eyes open in this tube. Claustrophobic people, they ain't your cup of tea, but didn't bother me. I mean, it just didn't bother me. So I had my eyes open. I finished the MRI, having a fun time with the gentleman there. He was a golfer. We had some good conversation. So I go to take a cognitive test. And it's about, I don't know, 25 minutes. I mean, he's hitting you with rapid questions and all these kind of things. So we finish, and he looks at me like I've got three eyes. And I said, and he asked me, he said, have you ever taken this test? And he asked me kind of like a question kind of answer. I mean, a question. I said, no, why? And he goes, you didn't miss a question. I said, what? He goes, I do this every day. I've never had anybody get all of them right. And that was my graduate degree, my degree in the brain processing. I had retrained my brain. After I got off Adderall, my brain was like mush for months, till I trained it. Jim Quick, who's the brain coach, helped immensely in this process of retraining the brain. You know how you hear people say, I'm not good with names. Well, you haven't been trained. You train, if you're motivated and you're trained, you can do anything. The brain is unlimited, just like you are unlimited. Anything is possible. Anything. If you can start over at age 66, 67, what I own, I can fit in a 10 by 10 self-storage unit. At this time, when I'm doing this video, this podcast, I don't own a car. I own nothing. I am starting over, just like you can start on this journey of wherever you make that decision, because you have the magic, but you got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in you, because you have unlimited potential. I always read books, always listened to tapes. I did the last 3 years. I didn't have TV, wasn't on social, didn't have a social life. I worked 15 hours a day. I loved it. Different story for different time, but I worked on myself every single day. When I'd wake up at 3:00 in the morning, it was quiet for 5 hours where I would think, write, plan the day, just process, journal. And so what happened is a transformation into a person that would make personal development a priority. I was intentional. For the last 10 months, I've been involved with Growth Day, having Brendan speak to me every single day. And I have not missed one, because it what do you call it? It goes away after 24 hours. So I would record it. I would write it. I would try to teach it. So a lot of my content on my channel is just me learning it and then teaching it, because you retain 10% of what you hear. But when you teach it, it elevates to 90%. So if you get in a habit of teaching, you're going to learn faster. I went from the slowest learner. I am so fast with learning. I take AI, I get summaries of books, I listen to it on audio at 2x speed. So I've trained my brain to retain more, and then I read it. And I read it like this. This book, I don't know if you can see me. Let me try and hold on here. Let me do this, remove it. Okay, there we go. Key person of influence, Daniel Priestley. That's part of what our core strategies. We have a 10-step ecosystem. He's number one. This book, I have it on audio. I've listened to it at least 3 or 4 times. I have it summarized to AI, and I've read it. So that's how I learn so much faster. His second book, since we're talking about the entrepreneurial revolution, let me see if I can do it, is another great book. I have it on audio, listened to it several times, at least 3. I have AI'd it to get summary of the book, and I read it. So I'm activating 3 learning mindsets, or whatever you want to call it, which helps me to retain it. Then I teach it, which keeps that retention at a high. So you're learning faster. Same with personal development. If you look at developing yourself, the magic is in you. Anything is possible. With your business, anything is possible. The title is 5 Steps to Mars. Let's think of Mars as 10x. We're skipping the moon, and we're going to Mars. So if you're just edging by, you're on a path to the moon, which we've already done that. But if we go to Mars, which is anything is possible, what would we have to do to get there? We'd have to learn new skills. We'd have to be innovative. We'd have to create. We'd have to do things that we've never done before. Same in your business. You have to learn an ecosystem of growth. And so Seth Godin, the best at strategy, the best at marketing and strategy, his book. I've listened to hundreds of hours. I've read his book. I have his cards, strategy cards. I have this book on audio, and I have it on AI summarized. So I learn faster. And that's the mindset I want you to think about. Anything is possible. So when you think of AI, man, I better learn how I can apply it to my business. My partner, Jeff Bourgeois, has a course, and he has an AI agency. He's created 25, 26 language models or different skill sets in business to save you time, because that's the only thing. You can't create more time. You have 24 hours. I have 24 hours. How to use your 24 hours versus somebody else makes the difference, whether you have a mindset of growth or a mindset of just getting by. When you look at the book, 10X is Easier than 2X by Dr. Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan, it is easier to think getting to Mars over jumping over the moon and going to Mars. You have to think differently. You have to think, how am I going to get there, land, and get back? So it's a whole different thinking process. Same with your business. You got to have a different mindset. If you want to grow by 10x, you got to apply the ecosystem. And so the ecosystem for us is this masterclass at PeteKane.me/masterclass. That is your gift. It's 10 steps. Each one of those steps is scalable. You put them together, you have the most powerful ecosystem you can ever have for your business, and you get it for free. Now, if you want to apply it, we'll help you. And we do have an opportunity to apply it. 20 people, 1 community, 1 magazine. Activate your authoritative book. You're in 12 weeks of coaching strategy. Let me go to Seth Godin. Everything is a strategy. We have high performance coaches to coach you through the 12-week transformation. What do you get in the outcome? What do you get at the end of the 12 weeks? You activate a book. You get a magazine. And the magazine, first one, Kennesaw Happenings. Can you see it? Kennesaw Happenings. That has the stories of 20, it's actually 32. It's a prototype. No, it is a real one, but it's the first one in the US. So you have 20 stories. We coach those 20 people through that 12-week transformation. What do you get? Authoritative book. You get a workbook. This is my partner, Jeff. He's written, I think last year he wrote about 300 books. You just Google him. Google him. Go to LinkedIn where he spends most of his time. He has Big Think Universe, and you can connect with him on LinkedIn. So the 12 P's to a book are plan, problem, promise, purpose, prioritize, ponder, possibilities, proclaim, package, publish, and promote. All in a workbook right here. So every week we meet for 1 hour, 20 people, 1 hour, and we're walking you through activating your authoritative book, putting you and your story in a community magazine of 20 people. Every magazine is a community of 20. So you bond and you network and you connect and you mastermind with 20 people, 2 groups of 10. There's a reason why we do 2 groups of 10. There's a reason why we do 20. So you want a magazine? You want to be coached, guided through strategy? You want to create your first authoritative book? If you haven't written one, or your second, whatever number it is, we'll do it in a 12-week transformation. You'll be part of the magazine, the 20 people. So you'll have a physical community and you'll have relationships with them, because our 10 steps in our masterclass are, and I'm going to read them: assessment. You got to assess, because Daniel Priestley talks about that. Score app. That's our number 1. Number 2 is digital assets, podcasting, online courses. Number 3, we coach you, strategy. You have a guide, high performance guide to guide you through the strategy. 4, I got to look, magazine right here. This can be shipped anywhere in the United States, done by Amazon, but we put it together. So we take your story, we put it in the magazine, and 20 people work together as a community over 12 weeks. How we put your mindset, your goals, and your habits. We put them together for you, with you. Number 5, Growth Day. We've already seen Growth Day, but I'll get it back up here. Let me see. There's Growth Day. That is less than $2 a day. You can have Growth Day. And to get Growth Day, you go to petekane.me/Growth Day. For those that get it, that's one way we create revenue for you. $50 a month after that, or $49, I think $49 or $50. $50, I think. Oh, I need to change this. It is $50. So 7 days free. You get Brendan talking to you every day for 7 days. You get to experience the value, experience the transformation that you go through in a 7-day, having somebody give you a framework every single day, being able to have growth streaks, put your tasks together, journal, goals together, 5 goals, 5 moves, 5 goals, 5 moves. So you have that, number 5. Number 6 is live events. We have one coming up. Yes, we do. petekane.me/live. This is Saturday, the 18th, by the time. We'll have a monthly. So that's when we connect our people together, build relationships, learn how to speak from a platform. If you're going to be a key person of influence, you got to learn how to communicate from a platform. You got to be able to do it in a shorter time frame. 5 minutes, 3 concepts. 5 minutes, 3 concepts. So you can see some of our speakers on there at petekane.me.live. Okay. Number 6 is brand ambassador. You can be a brand ambassador where you can earn. We like to keep it in the community. So everybody is helping each other. Plus they're benefiting financially, because if you don't know how to monetize your podcast, you won't be around long term. If you can't put money in your family's pockets, in your pocket, you won't do it long term. You'll just quit. You'll see people that stop doing it because they didn't know how to monetize it. We do. That's our ecosystem. So you can go to petekane.me/masterclass. You want to see the magazine? Go to petekane.me/magazine. You can see Kennesaw. You can see chapter. You can see examples of it. Now, here is the offer. Daniel Priestley talks about 11-7-4. What is 11-7? No, wait. What is 7-11-4? 7-11-4. People have to consume 7 hours of you. They have to make 11 buying signals. And they have to see you on 4 different platforms. When that happens, the brain just shifts to know, like, and trust. But they have to consume you. So you're creating content so people can consume you. A book is a way to consume you. A magazine is a way to consume you. An ecosystem is a way to consume you. Magazine, and then the opportunity. The buying signal is this. Do your homework. Check it out. Then if you want to be part of the most, well, to me, the most special community of people that want to make an impact, people that want to be bold, people want to grow, people want to make the world a better place, then you go to opportunity and you say, I'm ready to do it. And you invest in you $750 for the 12-week transformation. During that 12 weeks, we meet 1 hour a week. We have 2 other, you can do 2 hours, you do 3. It doesn't cost you any more money, but sometimes people only have 1 hour a week. That's when we coach you on strategy, guide you through the 12-week transformation. What do you end up with? You activate your authoritative book. You have your magazine, and you have a community of people that you'll be able to, when you go through something, you connect with people. So you're all going through a transformation, and it gives you the opportunity to get to know 19 other people in your community, and their story is in this magazine. So you have the magazine in common, you're generating an authoritative book, and you're making this transformation. Growth Day allows you to have the mindset you need. And anybody that gets, let me say here, hold on here. Anybody that gets Growth Day, there we go. You send a support ticket to support@petekane.me. Put in the subject line Growth Day. We'll send you our free course, Mindset, Goals, Habits. 12-week course, you get it for free. That's our way of saying thank you for investing in yourself. Thank you for making growth and personal development a way of life, because this will give you the fuel to grow. This will give you the framework, the skills, the habits, the goals, the journaling, all the features that are part of growth streaks give you the momentum that you need to continue to grow. The number 9 is AI. So I've already told you about that. Number 8 is send out cards. I've used it for 10 years. That's a way of staying top of mind, connecting, educating, helping your community. Number 10 is social media amplification. And Krista will help you with that. Our team will help you with that part of it. The journey is an investment in you. $750. $50 a month. For under $1,000, you're going to go through this transformation. You activate a book, authoritative book. You're in a community magazine, and you're building relationships with the 20 people. So if this is something you want, and you want to take advantage of the 5 mega trends, digital transformation, digital assets, entrepreneurial revolution, crypto, it's a separate category, but you'll be able to invest long-term in a currency that will not be manipulated. Don't print more of this coin. There's a limited amount. And Daniel Priestley talks about the capacity you have. You have to establish your capacity. You have to, if you just have unlimited of anything, you don't have, that's why when you print money, the value goes down. You can't just print money. The more of it in circulation, the less you have of buying power. The less you have that the inflation kicks in. It's been happening for years, hundreds of years, well, maybe 100 years. So you want the fuel for your rocket to get to Mars? You want to 10x your business? Go to petekane.me/opportunity. You want to check us out on the magazine? Go to petekane.me/magazine. You want to get our masterclass? Put masterclass at the end. That's yours for free. You want to take an assessment? Go to petekane.me. Take our assessment. We'd love to have you on our podcast because we want your story. We want the magic of you for the world to see. Your community starts with you. Then it does your family and community, then the world. The world is your oyster. You implement this at this stage, you'll never be the same. Thank you so much. Be bold, make an impact, and have fun. Be bold, make an impact, and have fun.